another package. That's a lot of packages. A little excited?
Yes. Yes. This, my dear, is completion. If they did everything that they said they were going to do, this is completion. This is the end all of problems in the gun world. Oh, baby. Christmas came early or late. I just love it. Oh, it's beautiful. This is awesome. Now, my dear, let me explain to you why I just spent a lot of money on yet another stock. All right, my dear, let me explain this journey. It started with my 308 Remington 700. We put it in a Magpul chassis and it works beautifully. If you notice, the bolt has plenty of clearance. The box mag feeds beautifully, and it's got aluminum blocks in here for the bedding for the pillars, and it's a really good stock for the money. Then, my dear, I bought this Bagara on a whim. Don't know why, but it shot really good. So when a gun shoots really good, I put it in a chassis. So remembering how much I liked the Magpul chassis, I ordered the Magpul chassis. But as you can see, there was some flaws. See, I had to cut a hole in the cheek riser, and it still hits, but at least it picks up the next round. Okay? Plus, to clean it, I have to pull everything apart. It's a pain in the butt. Gun still shoots great, still love it, but not the chassis for big guns. Then, my dear, the adventure went on. Remember when we bought this 338? It came in an MDT chassis, okay? Don't like this chassis for several reasons. It is just not very ergonomically friendly. The first big problem with this chassis is it uses an AR style grip, which works okay, except for when you pull, you tend to twist. So, and if you use the thumb shelf, which is how I prefer to shoot, so it'd be like this, it's really a sharp, acute angle, and it kind of slaps the thumb on recoil, and it makes it kind of unpleasant. I'm not really happy with the overall pad. Where this section hits in the shoulder, it kind of hits in a nerve, and I just don't care for it. The other issue with this MDT chassis is the cheek riser just doesn't have a good way of doing it. So I've tried nail polish, I've tried drilling it, I've tried scribing it, and there's just no real good way to get this to line up where it goes in the chassis. So I just don't like this system, okay? It's a good product, it's just not a favorite of mine at all. So, my dear, now we go to the gold standard of stocks, a lot of people would say. Most precision guys are running them. I'm not a fanboy of them, and I'll explain why. This is a Manners. This is a very expensive stock. Okay, it's pretty, it's light, it's super light. Wow, major light. But what I'm building is not exactly going to be what I would consider a hunting rifle. I am building a target gun to shoot long distance. Okay, so that's the difference right there. First thing is this one. This has an ARCA rail, a pick rail, and inlets. So when you buy a Manor stock, the price on the website is just for the stock. You have to pay for every inlet for your sling. You have to pay for the ARCA rail. You have to pay for the pick rail. That's all a big expense. Also, when I ordered this chassis, I did not realize that I needed to order their pillars and their bedding. So this one is very expensive, and by the time you're done, it is very, very, very expensive. So my dear, this is a very expensive receiver. This is a Defiance. This one I think is like $1,200 or something. They're super smooth. And this one is I think the guy's name is Bob Beck. So, if we put this in the chassis, see how much that's moving? Now, this bolt is hitting on the cheek rest, similar to the Magpul. So you're going to be in this stock a metric ton of money, and you've got this hitting. Also, the inlet for the receiver is not done. So your gunsmith, or you, if you're brave enough, are going to have to cut this inlet to match this receiver. It is a lot of work. So this one is going to need to be pillar bedded, which I did not order, and it's going to need to be epoxied at best. So coming over to this Graybow, it came with the M-lock already in it. I did not order the ARCA rails because I'm just not planning on using one. And a nice little added, it's got a level in the stock. To me, that is cool. We have not tested the fitment yet though, and what they told me is that this, with the receiver wide open, okay, so that hole lines up there, nice and tight, firm. Inlet is damn near perfect. It's got a little bit there, but who can trust it? And let's put that cheek riser. So that's lined up where it's going to be. That's typically where the cheek riser is going to be. It's going to be in here somewhere. And it actually clears the inlet. And then look at the slot. So the bolt comes back into the inlet. It completely clears. It's completely notched out. And look at how tight that fits. Man, that's a good fitment. I mean, I'm really pushing on it to get to move. And the screw hole is right there. Once again, on the Manors, I don't know if the camera's catching that. And it's not a tight fit. Look at how that's rolling. That's all it's rolling. That's a nice tight fit. I'll probably still have it bedded, but that is a nice tight deal. And when you're spending this kind of money, my dear, you want to make sure that everything's working great. So the other chassis that I have ordered, they're not here. They're not going to be showing up for another 6 months. They're by Tierney Arms, and they're absolutely awesome. You can actually change your foregrip. You can change everything about it. I don't have one. I've been waiting for a long time for one, and they're just in super high demand. But the angles for the thumb hole, this one probably has a little bit better shelf. The Manners does. That's actually a really nice shelf. I think I like the shelf better. But I also like, I don't have to have a level on there. Like on the Magpul here. I've got this this level. So everything for this gun has a cost. Both of them run the M5 bottom metal. They're both cut the same for the same bottom metal. Both these guns are going to be used for a this one will be 300 Norma mag, this one will be 338 Lapua mag, or vice versa, depends. But honestly, Grayboe knocked it out of the park, I think, so far at this point. And you have to call them to hear their voicemail. It is awesome. I'm a knuckle dragger. I don't know technology, and they put it together. But if you're in the market and you want to do a great shooting rifle, a stock is where you kind of have to start. Well, receiver's where you start. But the Magpul for the money offers a lot. It's a great system. When you get into long actions, I would not run them at all. Keep in mind, look at the footprint. Think about your application. If you're going to be hunting, this would be a much better chassis for hunting. It's lightweight. The Grayboe is heavy, but I'm building heavy guns because I'm not going to hunt with them. And I think Grayboe just did a really good job for the money. So this is how this one comes, and this is quite expensive. I mean, it's Manners. Manners does really good stuff. Just I think you get a lot more for your money this way if you're going to be a lightweight precision shooter. Plus, this, all the Manners comes with is like this. This came with adjustment pads. The Grayboe came with adjustment pads for length of pull. It also came with some hardware for the riser and to actually mount the 700 action to the, I believe that's what that's for. It's not for the receiver, it is to put pads. It also has a, if you don't want that big knob hanging out of your way, hanging in your way, it comes with a low profile knob. I'm in love with this stock. Baby, I'm sleeping with it tonight. Thank you for watching. Call Grayboe. Keep in mind, this is all my personal money on this table. This has not been paid for or given to me by anybody. But give them some love. Listen to their voicemail. I guarantee you you'll like it. Have a good day. If Grayboe or Manners want to, you know, hook us up, we will gladly talk good about your product. But Grayboe, come on, seriously, hook me up, please.